Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Sparky Built. Today I'm going to be giving you guys the runaround on this 1968 Cougar. You guys saw in the previous video that we got it running, kinda. Started it up, drove it around, this and that. But we're going to give you a quick runaround and tell you what our plans are for this car. So this is a 1968 Cougar. My dad bought this car about 8 years ago, I think. Anyways, right? Something like that?
Yeah, if not longer. Yeah.
Okay. So he bought this car for my mom. Unfortunately, our mom passed away and the car sat for years. Nobody really messed with it too much. Finally got my dad talked into selling it to me, and we thought we were gonna start it up and drive it around like that. You guys saw that in the previous video. Didn't work out. It had bad cam bearings, blah, blah, blah. We ended up messing it up. So now we've got grander plans. We talked about, should we throw another small block Ford? Should we throw a Coyote? Should we do this, do that? And of course we ended up at LS Swap, right?
Right.
Okay, so now we're gonna give you a quick walk around. It's got some whiskey dents, it's got some small rust issues, nothing too bad. Some on the door. Dad came over and knocked out some of the whiskey dents for us back here. We got to finish working on those. We've already fixed the rear suspension on this thing, kinda, but we're gonna completely redo it again. So, third time's the charm with that, right?
Right.
So, a couple more holes, nothing too bad. We got to do some work around the rear fender wheel, and I think that's the worst of it, really. Interior is actually pretty good in this thing. Got a couple rips in the seats. I like it just the way it is. I'm gonna leave it just like that.
All right, what do you got under the hood?
So, onto the bread and butter of this thing. This is a 289. It was actually by the VIN plate on there. This was a 289 automatic car. Somebody did a manual swap in this thing. Did a pretty good job on it. We didn't even know it was an automatic car until a lot of digging and a lot of confusion. So, right now it's a 289 small block Ford. Bad cam bearings, lots of problems. We've tried and tried and tried with this motor. We had a 302 we talked about getting built. Just wasn't in the cards. So like I said, back to the LS swap. So now what we're going to be doing though is we're getting ready to throw this thing in the shop and we're gutting it. Ripping out the entire old truck strut towers, the truck suspension, the truck steering. We're going with a Mustang 2 front end on here, rack and pinion steering, hydraulic clutch, new brake master, LS, pulling out the strut towers. I got my helper coming out to give us a hand on it. He's going to be steering the car, probably driving it down the drag strip if we're lucky. So now, like I said, we're going to LS 5.3 twin turbo.
Twin turbo. What are you putting as far as transmission goes?
T56 is the plan as of right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to get my hands on one as we speak, but that is the plan. I know I'm going to have to do a little tunnel fabrication on this thing. We've already got a Ford 8.8 rear end out of an Explorer, so it's a 31 spline posi rear end. We're good on that. Disc brakes in the rear. We got disc brakes coming in the front with the Mustang 2 suspension. So as soon as that goes in, the suspension wise, we'll start trying to drop in and fit in our motor and transmission, and then we're going to go from there. Once we get the motor and transmission in, I think we're going to go with a Holley wiring system, Holley Terminator Max, I'm thinking. And then I don't know what else, whatever the budget entails.
That's right.
It's doing these cars. I'm sure if any of you guys have done anything like this, you know it's not cheap. We haven't even got started yet, and I feel like I'm 10 grand in the hole on this one.
Yeah.
So, but I hope you guys like and subscribe. I hope you stick around to see some future videos on this thing. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up with this car. We actually got more cool stuff coming up with this 54 sitting next to me. So there's a lot coming up in the near future. So just hit that subscribe button and we'll see you next time.